Have you ever looked at a quilt and thought, this is just a cozy blanket? What if I told you that during one of history's pivotal moments, these very quilts served as critical communication tools? Yes, that's right. Today, we'll uncover the story of the quilt that sewed a secret code, rescuing freedom fighters and orchestrating the path to liberty. Travel back in time with me to the mid-1800s, America on the brink of civil war, a time when human lives were traded like mere commodities. Slavery was at its zenith, but brave groups, men and women on the Underground Railroad, risked their lives to free those shackled in chains. In this silent war against oppression, everything was about secrecy. Words could get you killed, and the slightest slip of information could mean the end of hope. So how did they communicate? Enter quilts. Yes, the kind of intricately patterned, sometimes colorful blankets you'd expect to find draped over a grandmother's rocking chair. These seemingly ordinary heirlooms became an extraordinary weapon of defiance. It's said that certain quilts, when hung from a clothesline or displayed outside a home, held information beyond what met the eye. Beneath those vibrant squares of fabric lay an encrypted code, each pattern symbolizing a specific instruction for runaway slaves seeking the freedom of the North. Imagine the ingenuity. A quilt with a monkey wrench pattern warned them to prepare, gird themselves for the journey. A crossroads pattern. It hinted of an important decision or pointed toward a major junction. And when a quilt displayed a bear's paw design, it wasn't a cozy fireside scene. Instead, it directed fugitives to follow animal tracks, guiding them through the wilderness to safety. One patch, one message, an entire language stitched into silence. Who were the masterminds behind these quilts? Often it was women, both free and enslaved, who painstakingly stitched these codes, some knowing their creations could be torched if discovered. And while many of their names have been lost to the shadowy corridors of history, we do know of legends like Harriet Powers, an enslaved woman whose quilts are now celebrated as national treasures. Her bold and imaginative designs spoke volumes not just of biblical tales, but of resistance, resilience, and survival. Let's not forget the unsung heroes, mothers, daughters, elders, sewing under lamplight, surrendering sleep to fight a war with needles and thread. By now you might be thinking, were these stories exaggerated later to romanticize history? It's a question historians still grapple with. While some argue there's limited documentation, others point to oral histories handed down through generations, leaving cryptic trails of truth intertwined with legend. Regardless of which side you find yourself on, one fact is clear: quilts played roles beyond mere decoration or utility. Historians agree they served as cultural artifacts, telling stories people otherwise could not speak out loud. Quilts adorned homes, camouflaged messages, and, in desperate moments, became navigational charts. Remember, at its core, this wasn't just about saving individuals. It was about creating a collective force to defy one of the greatest evils in human history. Every stitch, every pattern, and every quilt was a piece of the larger rebellion. What looked like an innocent, colorful narrative was a rebellion's battle cry, woven into cotton and wool, hidden in plain sight. So the next time you see a quilt, pause. Ask yourself, what stories might this blanket tell, if only it could speak? The quilt that sewed a secret code reminds us once again of human resilience, creativity, and courage under unimaginable pressure. This wasn't just craft work, it was life work. And that's a story worth passing along, patch by patch. After all, history, much like a quilt, is a tapestry of stories bound together by threads of human experience.